What is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD123 here, back in here on PlayStation Stories. This is, of course, Save Slot Podcast, the weekly news show about any and all things PS5, PlayStation games, and PlayStation itself. With me, of course, my luxurious co-host, the Ratchet. How are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good. We had a week off last week.
A week off.
I was celebrating the old birthday. Right. You know, the old annual celebration, right? While I have many stories that I will not be telling publicly. You know what I'm saying? I will share one to give you kind of like the overall vibe of how the trip went, right? Long story short, my friend's family owns a lot of condos down in Rocky Point, Mexico, right? So we just got couple of the boys and we just had a little boys trip over the weekend, right? Completely, did not see any did not what's the name, like go to any public domains or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what we did was that, so we went in two vehicles, okay? One car thought that the other car, both cars, right, thought that the other cars were getting the water.
Oh.
And they were in charge of alcohol.
Oh boy.
So when we got to the condo, we had like
doubled up
10 bottles. Yeah, we had a lot of alcohol and no water in sight. So by Monday, you can imagine your boy was quite parched. It was a bit of a dilemma, but ultimately it was a great weekend. Had a lot of fun with it. And then, of course, on my actual birthday on Thursday, which we will talk about, the main topic of this podcast, the old state of play. It was a day of dreams for your boy. It was overwhelming, to be completely honest.
Sounds like you had a good week.
Yeah. Like Square Enix, like
they said happy birthday personally,
in like the most over the top way possible. You know what I'm saying? But how are you though? How are you?
I've been chilling, a little busy. I'll be celebrating the old birthday soon by doing homework. So we are not the same. Yeah, no. I got a lot of stuff to do, and my birthday's in a few days. So.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, now I'll be turning the old 21.
The old 21. Yo, am I gonna send you a bottle? What's good?
What's good?
What's bracket, yo?
No, yeah,
oh, man, I'm gonna have to send you a bottle.
Bet.
I'm gonna have to figure something out. Definitely.
Yeah, no, but I'll be spending the day doing homework. It's been a busy week. I hear you. I've only played like one game the entire week. Actually, no, that's not true. Yeah, like 1-2 games this week, but they've been good. Like it'll be like like I'll get home, or like I'm not gonna say like what I was doing because it's a personal matter, but
right.
I'll get home, like I'll start. It's like, okay, I'll leave my house at 10. I'll be back by 10 p.m. And so your boy's a little tired.
Facts. I feel that on like a double at work.
Yeah.
When like you leave your apartment or like house, whatever, at like legit 10:30, and you don't get back to like 11. And it's like, damn, 12 and a half hours just gone by.
Yeah,
it's
like
crazy.
Leaving when it's daytime, coming back when it's nighttime is a different feeling.
It is a different feeling, but of course, to get some housekeeping, you can catch the show here on youtube.com PlayStation Source, as well as podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, etc. via our anchor link in the description. And I'm gonna start saying the podcast reviews. I'm quite frankly upset with all you people. I don't understand. Literally insult me in the podcast reviews. Arachnet, can you I did not ask you prematurely, but can you do a quick peruse on our Spotify page? Perhaps someone left a Spotify one, because Apple Podcasts, I keep a good eye on that. Nada, nothing, zilch, nothing. while you check on that, of course, you can like the video and or rate the podcast to help us get seen by more viewers so we can grow the PSS family. Down below, of course, you can also let us know what you like or dislike about the show and connect with us further on Twitter and Discord in that description as well. If you're feeling a little bit more generous, feel free to hit that join button to become a member of the channel with the $1 Prince tier and our $5 King tier to be members just like Owen, Arachnite. I'm gonna just say members, just like, you know, people that I don't know if they're King tier members, but I'm gonna just pop up some homies. SideQuest Sean, shout to the, you know, shout to the homie. Chungi, I think I already said Chungi, but you know what? We're gonna cut it there, okay? Until y'all freaking rate us on podcast. Give us some love, yo. Just type something. Arachnite, how we looking on Spotify?
I can't find anything.
Well, you hate to see it.
You truly
you hate to see it. And of course, you can check out the stream series throughout the week. If you miss them, however, they're on playlist on the channel on YouTube. You can go check it out. Ratchet and Clank. Let's just get right into that, okay? So, Ratchet and Clank, Crack in Time. By the way, stream series, Metal Gear Solid 2, it's going great. It's going fantastic. I'm liking it a lot, okay?
Alright.
Let's go over to Ratchet and Clank Future A Crack in Time. I was playing this game. This was a part of the stream series.
Yeah.
And we had an interesting dilemma go down, okay? So because last week we did not have a Save Stop podcast, I was not able to tell this story on the podcast until now. You were about to say something, Arachnite. You may proceed.
I was going to say, is like you got soft locked so bad.
Yeah, it's a very it was a very frustrating thing. So I'm gonna quickly tell this story because we have a lot to get to, okay? Long story short, your boy is doing this little mini boss, okay? I think what really messed everything up, someone put it in the comments, maybe it was you, I don't know if you said it in chat, Arachnite, or someone put it in the comments. What happened was the very first time I did this mini boss, I died and the boss died at the exact same time, which people think, some individuals think that is what was the catalyst, my favorite word in the English language, the catalyst to the ongoing problems I had with this particular save file that I was using on A Crack in Time, okay? So what would end up happening was that every time I kept doing this mini boss, I would dwindle down the health bar to 0, and then an animation is supposed to play and like a cutscene supposed to start, which then I can progress onto the rest of the game. However, it would just freeze and nothing would happen. Like the ship would literally just not move. So there's this whole expose I went on. I said a lot of things that like I was frustrated. Okay, so I did say a lot of questionable things about, you know, PlayStation Now as a service. I still think ultimately, hey, I don't think that game-breaking bugs that halt your progress completely and you cannot finish the game should not be in PlayStation Now games, personally, right? I would pay these devs to fix it. Shout out to Insomniac. I know you're working on Spider-Man 2, you know what I'm saying? Working on Rift Apart, I get it. Patch A Crack in Time. Patch it. So, what we did instead, oh, you know what? Side note. Then I was like, you know what? I don't want to give up, okay? I bought a PS3 copy of A Crack in Time, transferred my save, and hoped that it would work on the PS3. It did not work. It's the save file. The save file's screwed. It's corrupted. I will have to start all over again. I don't have the time for that, so we just watched the rest of the game. You know, and it hurts because the rest of the game looked fucking incredible.
Yeah, no.
You know?
You were right. I was the one that mentioned that. I really do believe that, and some like things like that. It's like, I'm not gonna pretend like I know game development, but I don't know. It's like, oh, is boss health 0 true, player health 0 true, and if both of those are the same thing or the same thing at the same time, if they're both true, I feel like it should default to boss, like, you know, it killed you, not you killed it.
Yeah.
You got soft locked. Like, it's what confuses me, however, is that I think the game thinks you beat it, but you didn't. It's not letting you progress because you died. If you hadn't died, the cutscene would have gone on as normal, and then everything would have been fine. But the game thinks you beat it and didn't beat it at the same time.
It's fucking horrible. It's so bad because I was loving this game, man. It was really good, bro. And the end of the game is fantastic. Like, it had your boy in tears, low key. You know, it was incredible.
Doing a lot of crying lately. I saw that state of play reaction.
I have been doing a lot of crying lately. Also, look at the Avi on my Twitter.
I did.
Somebody sent me that in a Discord message. I'm like, damn, that's a really funny screenshot. Oh man, good times. At least those were happy tears. Yeah. Well, I mean, they were both like happy. Well, no, there was some whatever. Cracking time, great game. We're gonna wrap it up with into the Nexus in the upcoming week. So that is very, very cool. And I have decided that I am gonna play Ratchet & Clank 2016, but we're gonna do that later on, closer to Rift Apart. Okay.
Fair enough.
I'll just go quickly with my other two games. I've also been playing Haven. Haven has been interesting. I'm liking some aspects of the story and everything, and like the actual gameplay is pretty relaxing, honestly. Long story short, you're a couple. You're in this very like futuristic society where, you know, you're matched with other people that, you know, is done through like an algorithm or something like that. It's a very like authoritarianism, is that a word? A very authoritative society, if you will. So this couple, even though they weren't matched together, they fell in love naturally, and they leave the society and end up on this planet called Source, which is where Haven takes place. And you're essentially like unraveling this mystery on this planet, and you know there's some really cool lore and stuff like that, and just a really cool dynamic with the story. Some of the gameplay stuff I don't love. The combat is actually, I think, pretty unique. And it's really interesting, but ultimately, like it's been I've been enjoying it. Really, the story is what's keeping me going. But it's a pretty okay game. Like, it's not the best indie game I've ever played, you know. And then lastly, I can talk about this just a little bit. I've played like 30 minutes of Outriders Demo. I want to put more time into it later on this week to do like an impressions video for PS5 and all that. It's pretty good. I really don't think I can make a judgment on it just because I've only spent like 30 minutes in it. It feels like Division and Destiny had a baby, essentially.
I saw it on the Steam page. I was like, I feel like I'm definitely gonna pick this up. And then I saw you make a tweet about it. It's like bada bing, bada boom. Like, I'll just wait for that and see if I should buy it or not.
Yeah, is the demo available on Steam for you to download?
I didn't. Oh yeah, now it is. Like when I last checked the page,
sweet.
It wasn't.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you should, because your progress carries over to the full game if you decide to pick it up. There's no time limit on the demo. You can play co-op on the demo as well, and different stuff like that. So, I just like how your progress carries over if you want to buy the full game when it comes out. I believe it comes out
April 1st.
It is April 1st. I thought it was March. Okay, so it's April 1st. Cool. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, the only big criticism I have right now is that like when you sprint in the game, there's a very, very apparent and very bad motion blur that I can't fucking stand. So
motion blur should be banned.
Dude, it should be banned. Right? Like, I get it's because, you know, performance and everything, but yo, figure out another technique, man. Motion blur ain't it. But yeah.
That's why on that sweet PC you could just turn that off.
Yeah, but you know, drivers and all that.
Motion blur.
My little brother just built his PC actually.
Wow, you're behind
it's
your
like,
little bro.
Listen, like if he wants to, you know, do all these drivers and you know.
Yeah, he and I will be chilling with no motion blur.
Oh man.
4K 144.
You better be able to toggle off that motion blur in the following game. I swear to God.
It's just no consoles. Sorry, you got motion blur. It's only PC.
You hate to see it. Other than that, I know you said you weren't playing too much, but was there anything that you played this week that?
I did play. I have been playing through the Dragon Age games.
Okay.
And I cannot recommend them enough. I've only played through Origins at the moment. I'm wrapping up my playthrough there. Like, I finished the main story, I did most of the side missions, and I'm doing the DLC now. And if it's on PlayStation Now, I cannot recommend it enough. Like, it is exceptionally written. The gameplay is not that fun. Like, it's very clunky. It's very, like, late 2000s gameplay. Like, you can definitely feel the age. But there is no achievement or trophy penalty for playing it on a lower difficulty. So I just did that because I was there for the story, not for the challenge. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I cannot recommend it enough. It was developed by BioWare, and I can definitely tell. Like, you, if you never told me who it was developed by, and I just saw some of the animations, the voice actors, and how it's written, I could have told you it was written by BioWare, like made by BioWare. It is peak BioWare. It is up there with the Mass Effect games, in my opinion. Like, it's the story's compelling. Like, it drives you forward. Like, I haven't played a game in a long time, since like Nier Automata, when I played it back in like September, that I was excited to go back and like do everything other than, you know, Spider-Man Miles Morales. But that's not fair. That's a Spider-Man game. Like a new IP new IP to me that I was excited to get back into every day and play. Like, and other than Dragon Age, which again, if it's on PS Now, I recommend it. Like, 100%. I think you would love it.
I'm pretty sure I have a Dragon Age on PS Plus. I'm pretty sure 1 month they did Dragon Age, I think.
Yeah, I think that was Inquisition. That's the third game.
Right. Okay, I see. Yeah, okay. I'll look into it. Yeah, I know I have a lot of like backlog games I want to check out here pretty soon, you know, based off of the FF7 news that we got this week. I'm very eager and itching to play FF15 as I patiently wait for FF7 Remake on PS5. I think I'm gonna do it this week. I think I'm gonna jump in this week. I think I might finish Haven first and then really just dive into FF15 because I'm in the mood for a Final Fantasy. Like, I mean, I've only played 7, right? So I think the ultimate test is gonna be if I like 15. I think it's safe for me to say that I like Final Fantasy games.
I played through 15. It was another case of cool and interesting story and gameplay.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Like, I hear that like don't expect 7 gameplay because 7 gameplay was like a brand new thing. For the franchise, but like they're in the same neighborhood, just not in the same address. You know, from what I hear at least.
Yeah, no. FF15 gameplay is like, when I played it, I could definitely feel where they got 7 gameplay from. Think of it as like the 1.0 or 0.5, you know, like the beta to FF7's 2.0 or 1.0. Okay. Like, think of it as like the beta or the first version of what you played in FF7. And it's okay. It's nothing exceptional, but I did really like the story in FF15. And
okay. I see.
I have been playing Persona 5 Strikers.
Oh shit! Tell me about that. That one just hit this week. That's a brand new title. Okay.
I've been having a lot of fun with it. I love Persona 5. Like, and I'm not gonna say it's like, oh, I loved like all the Persona games, because I'm one of those people that never played 1 and 2. I did play. I played through 3. I played through 4. And I played through 5 and Royal. And I really liked the Persona games. I really loved Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal. So I obviously jumped in as soon as I could with Strikers, and it's fun. It's a very different gameplay kind of game, like, which you can see just from like trailers and a few videos. Like, it's very evident, but it's a lot of fun. I'm really excited to get into it, but I have been putting it in the back burner because I was just so into Dragon Age.
I see. Yeah, I mean, with me, I'm like 12 hours into Persona 4. I like finished like the first main dungeon where you save oh my god, I forgot her name. Shit. The one that joins your party, the other girl.
That narrows it down.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay.
No, it's all good. Like, it's been a while for me too.
I like finished like the first dungeon in Persona 4. Yeah. I've been meaning to get back to it, but I know it's just gonna be like a really long game, you know. So I'm just kind of. But I know that I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it service because I'm gonna forget certain elements of the game, you know, if I wait longer, you know. So at some point I don't want to tie myself to beating Persona 4 Golden, but it's there. It's there. You know, it's something I played, right? So that's that. And I did like enjoy it. It was just the knowledge of like a daunting long game, you know. But other than that, have you been playing anything else, or was that kind of pretty much it?
Other than a little Titanfall here and there, that's about it.
Okay, let's get into, let's see. So, you know what, in case you missed it here on the channel, we have, of course, on Monday, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. What is the name of the female Lombax? I think I cracked the code with the help of some viewers in the comment section. I think I nailed it. You know, Arachnite, if you've not seen this video, give me your guess. Just one word guess.
You're asking somebody with a very limited knowledge of Ratchet and Clank in general.
Can you imagine the female Lombax? Like, do you know who I'm talking about?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Okay, picture her. Give me a guess. What's her name?
I don't know, Rachel.
Rachel? Okay, all right. Okay, Ratchet and Rachel. Okay, yo, I'm with that. Okay, there we go. Next up, of course, PSVR 2 was officially announced. We are going to talk a little bit about that here right now, you know, as like a primary, like little starting off topic here. But yeah, PSVR 2 was announced. They did announce new controllers that will be coming with it as well, that features haptic feedback and different DualSense things and stuff like that, like the adaptive triggers and all that. Higher resolution for the actual unit, so you won't have that screen door effect too much. It will be connecting to the PS5 via one cord, which is a great thing to hear, because if you remember PSVR, there was a ton of different cables with that one, so just having one cord is a very, very welcome thing. Ultimately, that's pretty much. They said that, hey, there is a next generation PSVR we are working on. I'm calling it PSVR 2 for right now. But ultimately, do you have any thoughts about this Arachnite? You know, we don't have to go too deep into this one, but just any passing thoughts about PSVR 2.
I'm happy for people that like VR. I tried it, and maybe I'll like it more now. But when I played it, God, it made me nauseous. Like there is a physical barrier between me and my ability to enjoy VR. Which is heartbreaking, like, to say the least, because there are a lot of things that I would have loved to play if they didn't make me like physically collapse. Like, I know I've told this story before, but one day I was playing VR with a friend of mine, and I fell over. Like, damn. Like, you know the gif of like the guy walking down the stairs with a drink in his hand and like just crashed into the side of the RV or whatever he's like in, or the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was me. Like, I all I had been drinking was water. There was nothing in my system except for VR, and I toppled over. Like, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I felt like throwing up.
Damn.
Because my body, like, I would slingshot. And to be fair, like, maybe the best, or not the best idea was playing a Spider-Man VR game as my first go into the whole thing. Because my body felt, it's like, oh, I'm, like, I'm shooting one forward, I'm swinging, why am I not moving? And so my body like lunged forward, and I was standing in front of my window. It was like, you will not do that. Like, do not lunge forward. And I was playing ping pong one time, and I bashed my window with the controller, and luckily nothing broke. And VR is not for me. Not for me.
I feel you, bro. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm at least gonna look and pay more attention. If the price is right on a PSVR 2, I might just get it, but we'll see. We will see about that. But if you want a little time capsule as to my predictions for State of Play, you can watch that on the channel as well. Not sure why you would at this point, because it's kind of outdated, but you can watch those if you want. And then, of course, we have the State of Play reactions that were up on the channel. We reacted with friend of the channel, Mario Rivera, and the homie Venom from Point in Progress as well. It was me, Christian, and those two gentlemen there as well on the panel. So pretty cool, fun reaction stream there. If you want to see me lose my shit, it's there as well. If you don't want to sit through the whole announcement and just want to see me lose my shit about Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, you can check out that as well. I did cut it out and put it up on its own upload. You can check that out, as well as I couldn't resist. I did a full breakdown of all the info that we got with Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which we will get to later on in the show. But your boy was hype. It was a very, very good time. Okay, but moving on, of course, Arachnite. It's PS5 watch time. How are you doing, Arachnite? We are February 27th as of this recording, end of February. How are we looking on your search for a PlayStation 5?
Bad.
Still.
Yeah, no developments.
Okay.
Head empty, no news. Like, it is. It, like, it's not just me. It's like, I get why it's happening, like, to a degree. And fundamentally, it's like, it's not like Sony's fault. Like, oh, they're doing something unethical or something along that vein to reduce the quantity of PS5s. It's and it's not just like, the scalpers are awful and garbage, and I hate them. Fuck you. But the scalpers are taking they're taking the already like limited supply. It's like, oh, we're gonna like give us more money. And I saw a Twitter thread. Granted, it was about shoes. It was it's like, oh, like sneakers used to not be so expensive before the sneakerheads and resellers got to them. And there were some people in the comments on this thread, like, trying to justify what they were doing. Broke ass, get a job, bum. Like,
Tragic.
Dude, like,
tragic.
If you get your whole livelihood just from being a piece of shit and reselling stuff, get a job. Like,
well, Arachnite, Daddy, let me not. Well, I almost called him Daddy Jim Ryan. I'm not gonna say that.
You just
Mr.
said
Ryan.
you just said Daddy, and there was you said Arachnite, pause, Daddy, pause, and I was like, bro.
I was gonna refer to Jim Ryan as Daddy Jim Ryan, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, he's not Daddy status yet. All right, Jim Ryan does have an update on the PS5 stock situation. He had an interview with GQ. By the way, randomly, I don't know why you would go to GQ for an interview about PlayStation, but okay. Jim Ryan did reiterate that he is very sorry about the whole situation with the stock and everything, and he did say that they are working as hard as we possibly can. He also said that, so with everything in the world throughout last year, we feel that was fairly decent. I know there were people who wanted a PS5 and couldn't find one. We're very sorry about that. They, did say that supply will increase as each month passes, and the situation will start to get better, hopefully, quite quickly. We've been relentless in terms of trying to increase production, and I really can't say any more than that. So, Ryan is on the case, apparently. He's out there trying to make moves. So we'll see how the situation develops in the future. But now, to end off the PS5 watch, now we're on the timetable, Arachnite. Now we know that, hey, there is a day, which is June 10th, that you gotta get a PS5.
Yes.
So,
I need it by that point.
Yeah. FF7 Remake I almost said reintegration. Integrate is a need. It is a need like water.
I don't know why they added another like suffix for lack of a better.
It's perfect.
FF7R, FF7 Remake, Intergrade, Ultra Deluxe Edition. Like it's getting a little long.
Arachnite, it's perfect. This is perfect. It's perfect. But getting into the news here, of course, on episode 6, just some quick housekeeping. Not really housekeeping, but just a quick little update. You can watch my own standalone video about the PS Plus games for March 2021. Just to go over them really quickly, you will be getting, yes, Final Fantasy VII Remake, a game called Maquette, which is brand new, which is hitting on the PlayStation Plus, Remnant from the Ashes, and Farpoint, which is a PSVR game. Now, the big thing I want to say here is that yes, we will be talking about FF7 Remake, Intergrade, and all that good stuff. However, if you do redeem Final Fantasy VII Remake via PS Plus, you are not eligible for the free upgrade to Intergrade via your PS4 copy. Okay? So, I think that's kind of bullshit. Like, I get it, you know, because, like, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, we both purchased FF7 Remake on PS4, so we're going to be eligible for the PS5 upgrade for free, right? But I don't know. I just feel like if you get it via Plus, I hope that there's a way to just pay a separate fee to get Intergrade nonetheless, you know? I hope that there's a way to do that, because it would suck to see someone, you know, want the Intergrade version later on, and they have to pay full price for it. You know, I don't know, man.
I think it would just be like, maybe it'll be like a Spider-Man remastered kind of deal where you just pay like $20 and that's the end of it.
Yeah. That's what I say. Like just do $20. How about this? $20 for the upgrade. Let's do $35 or $30 for the upgrade and the U fee. Oh wait, no, I guess the U fee is a part of the upgrade. Yeah, no, fuck it. Just do $20. Yeah,
just a flat 20.
Yeah. I mean, because we're wait, no, what was I gonna say? Wait, don't we have to pay for something? Hold on. Let me look at my details really quick.
I don't think we have to pay for the upgrade.
We have to pay for the Yuffie episode separately.
Bro?
Yeah. We still get the upgraded FF7R version, right? But the Yuffie episode, we have to pay separately. So maybe we can make the Yuffie episode separately cost, and then the cost to upgrade your PS Plus version of FF7 Remake to Intergrade the same price. I think that's the best way to do it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, but so those PS Plus games are there. I say, you know, if you don't plan on getting a PS5 and you're staying on PS4, fuck it, play FF7 Remake. It's amazing. But yeah, so that's that right there. Next up here, Gran Turismo 7 has been delayed to 2022 via coronavirus. This is again from the GQ magazine interview with Jim Ryan. He says here, quote, GT7 has been impacted by COVID-related production challenges and therefore will shift from 2021 to 2022. With the ongoing pandemic, it's a dynamic and changing situation, and some critical aspects of game production have been slowed over the past several months. We'll share more specifics on GT7's release date when available. So, I know me and you aren't really the biggest GT fans, / we aren't GT fans at all. But like, I know some people out there were definitely looking for this game. So, that is unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is, man. What's been scaring me, Arachnite, you put it in the Discord last night, you know, Horizon Forbidden West is rumored to be delayed. I'm gonna fucking throw my controller at a wall. Dude, I'm gonna throw my controller at a wall. I'm gonna punch through a wall. You know what I'm saying? That one is gonna get me. You know.
I honestly, you know, if it gets delayed, it is what it is. Like, after they're like, I still have a bad taste in my mouth over Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Like, if they need time to make sure it doesn't end up like that, more power to them.
I'm like mostly joking about that statement, obviously, like, you know, like it is what it is, but I say, hey, if you're going to delay for Forbidden West, right, can you please provide us an Horizon Zero Dawn PS5 patch? Can we get that, please? Please?
I'm sure they're working on it.
Thank you. I fucking hope so, man. I don't know. I fucking hope so. But next up here, this caused a lot of hoopla this week, you know what I'm saying? And of course, Arachnite is definitely equipped to talk about this from a particular game standpoint. In that same GQ interview, it's been confirmed that Days Gone will be coming to PC and more are on the way. The full thing was in this quote, saying, quote, "What about PlayStation games on PC? A whole slate of them is on the way, starting with Days Gone this spring." So we got a whole slate coming. Okay, so Days Gone is coming to PC. They did reveal some details. I think it was Sony Ben that was saying this. It will support ultra-wide monitor support, improved visuals, unlock frame rates, all the great stuff. So as someone here, Arachnite, who does, involve in the PC master race, if you will, you know, and has played Horizon Zero Dawn on PC, not the best of times on that Horizon PC port, as far as I'm aware. But ultimately, how are you feeling about this? Are you excited? What are your thoughts?
I think they've Horizon was, you know, we all stumble. Like, you might as well stumble on your first step, right? If you're gonna mess up, you might as well do it at the very beginning. So they definitely patched it up and made it work a lot better, which I appreciate. I don't particularly care for Days Gone, so I will not be buying it. But I am excited to see what games come out, and I would scream if there was a Bloodborne PC port. I need that expeditiously.
Ooh, our next story is not looking too confident on that. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that next.
I know,
we're
but
going to talk about that.
A boy can dream, because it's not the same company that ports it over.
Fair point.
Is Sony
Ben not wait, did Guerrilla not do that Horizon port?
No, it was like, remember, it was like one of Sony's mobile divisions. That's why it was a little stuffed.
I totally thought they did, because I thought recently they said that they were doing like their last big update on Horizon on PC, and then they're gonna focus on for a bit in the West. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Okay, interesting. I don't know.
The publisher was PlayStation Mobile.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think I have one main statement I want to say about this, right? Like, I know it's a big controversy around, like, should PlayStation games make it to PC, this and the third, right? Days Gone came out in 2018, right? So it's been 3 years. Horizon came out on PC last year, I believe, which was also 3 years from its initial release, right? As long as, so my thought process is that I personally do not see a problem with these PlayStation games going to PC right now as it stands, okay? Because after 3 years, they have seen the majority of their potential sales on the PlayStation ecosystem, right? Like, I'm not saying that Days Gone doesn't sell right now. I'm saying it sells drastically less than it did when it first came out. That's obvious, right?
Right.
So my thought process is that, okay, cool. If they are bringing older PlayStation games, relatively older, right, that have expended their potential sales power on the PlayStation platform, I don't see a problem with them bringing it to PC and giving it an extra oomph, okay? You know, and then potentially too, maybe that might also compel people on PC to get a PS5 and play Forbidden West when it comes out. Obviously, I feel like there could be a dilemma where some PC players just wait and don't buy a PS5 because they could be telling of a pattern that, okay, cool, Forbidden West is coming out 3 years later, on PC. If they want to wait that, okay, but nonetheless, PlayStation and Guerrilla Games are still getting more revenue off of a game that is already made, that they visually update, unlock frame rates, this and the third, whatever, and I don't see a problem with it. My main thing as well, right? So I don't have a problem with them putting old games on PC. If it was day and date, I have a problem with that. If it ends up ever being like day and date PS5 and PC launches from first party specifically, I think that's a problem. That I would not want to see, right? I just think that like then, I mean, because I feel like at that point, yeah, like, I mean, I know you would because you have a PC, right? But like, I think like, I don't know, like, I think at that point it's like the PlayStation exclusive, I think like has a lot of merit, and not that that would be necessarily taken away from PC. I feel like, launching on your home base first is like, I think primarily what you want to do to grow the PlayStation ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? And like do what's best for the player base that invests in PlayStation. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but you like investing on PlayStation, like sometimes people just prefer consoles. Like at the end of the day, like I give you a lot of trouble for PC, but I believe that you're just a person that prefers a controller in hand, and as simple as you can make it. Like there's the PlayStation OS. You just open, like, you start up the console, you open your game, and that's it. Like you have a PC for, or you have a Mac, but you have a computer for non-gaming related things, for like just shows or YouTube or whatever. But when you want a game, you go to your console, and that's just how some people like it. They separate the two worlds. But for people like myself, and we use our PCs for games and work and school and whatever. Like it is an all-encompassing thing. I don't see a particular issue with having games on PC and PS5 because it allows a wider audience. And like if you're looking at a purely financial standpoint, like I can't buy PS5 games. Well, I can, but I wouldn't do anything with them. They'd be frisbees. Like I can't do anything with PS5 games, so I don't buy them. So they are losing my business on that aspect because I just can't get my hands on a console. But if they were to, like, it's like, oh, like a timed, like, oh, a year later, I would prefer it be day one, like, oh, it's launching on PS5 and PC on the same day, like Xbox is doing. I don't see a particular issue with that. Like, I think the age of exclusives needs to end. Sure, it's like, oh, and exclusives in the sense, like, I don't know, we're not going to see Halo Infinite on PS5, but it's on PC. Like, I don't see an issue with having games, like, because the PC is, like, it's almost like an independent party. It's just in the middle.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. It's in the middle of, oh, are you a Sony fan? Are you a Microsoft fan? Like PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch is on the bleachers. But I don't see an issue with putting games on the PC like day one, because even if you said, okay, every PS5 game that will ever come out will be on PC, right? I'd still buy a PS5. And I don't feel like I'm alone in that statement. Like, because it's like, oh, you can, okay, let's say hypothetically, Last of Us Part 2, right? You can play the story on PC. You want factions, you gotta play that on PS5. Because cross-platform games, I don't know, for some reason, they can't do it. Like, if you just limit it, like, it's like, oh, like, this game is a multiplayer, but you can only play that on consoles. That's fine with me. I don't see a particular issue why you would do that, considering cross-platform has become more like you can play. As much as I don't like Fortnite, PC, console, and mobile players can all play together, which is great. Like that's very, very impressive. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Sorry, no, but yeah, I mean, like, ultimately, like, you know, at the end of the day, what I still fall back on, like, in spite of whatever, right, is that what makes PlayStation is the first party family, right? Like, they do incredible work. You know what I'm saying? Like, Naughty Dog is probably the best developer still, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, Sucker Punch just gave us an incredible game last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, Insomniac killing it right now. Like, ultimately, Guerrilla Games. Ultimately, like, what makes PlayStation, I firmly believe still, in spite of the hardware, in spite of platforms, whatever, is that core development family, right? So, at the end of the day, whether you're playing a PlayStation game on a PC or on a PS5, you're still experiencing the power of PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's like at the end of the day, it is what it is, and like that's why like ultimately I don't have a lot of stock, and like really I don't really lose sleep over this, honestly, unlike some fanboys that go fucking crazy and completely ballistic. And they, you know, are selling consoles. Like, I saw a lot of people selling their consoles this week because of this news. I'm like, why?
Hey, like yo, are you selling it
crazy.
for MSRP? Because I'll buy it off you. I don't care.
Like, yo, yeah, it's like, yo, like, what is the deal, man? But I will say one last thing before we move on, okay? One last thing before we move on. I'm cool with them putting old PlayStation games on PC, okay? However, Days Gone already got a PS5 patch. I just want one small request. If you're going to put it on PC, can we please get a PS5 version of said game? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at you, Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, Days Gone already got its boost literally on the launch of the new hardware. It I believe runs in I think checkerboard 4K, but it's 60 frames. It's visually updated, all the great stuff. Like it's already up to snuff with like the PS5 games, right? That's what I would ask. If you're gonna bring the PC, please provide a PS5 patch before it comes out or very soon after.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. That's all I want. That's all I want. You know, that's all I want. I know it's gonna run better on a PC, but can we please get it better than what it was on PS4 with the PS5?
That's right. It. No, yeah, I feel like that's a fair thing to request. Like, I don't know. All I know is that as a primarily PC player, we eaten good. Like
factual.
Because like the main fears, like even that we talked about with the Microsoft Bethesda like acquisition, are these games coming out on PS consoles like ever?
Yeah.
But for me, I don't have to worry about that because I know I know that Microsoft is going to put these games on PC, so why would I buy an Xbox? But in saying that, I just ruined my whole point with I would buy a PS5 even if their games are coming out on PC. I don't know. I'm at the end of the day a Sony fan. I feel like I would still buy a PS5 even if their games did come out on PC. And I do, like, fundamentally, I do believe the age of exclusives, like, to a degree, is outdated. Like, things need to change. Like, we don't live in 2007 anymore. I don't see an issue, or not an issue, I don't see a point of reasoning, even for a financial aspect. Because Spider-Man PS4 sold, like, incredibly well, right? If you open up that avenue to PC players, I would have bought the game twice. If you told me that Spider-Man PS4 came out, you know, when it did, and then 6 months later it would come out on PC or whatever, I would have bought it twice. Hands down, I would have absolutely bought it twice.
Yeah.
Like, on a financial aspect, it's free money. Like, I we all saw it with Persona 4 Golden when that got released on Steam, and it sold like incredibly well. Like, you have a game you already made, you just port it over to PC and let people play it, like whoever, whenever, and people will buy it. I would rebuy Part 2 if it came out on PC. I would rebuy Bloodborne if it came out on PC. I would rebuy a lot of these games if they came out on PC. Because I'd like to see a comparative difference between my experience on consoles opposed to that on my hardware. And it seems like the best possible option. Like, maybe day one release, like, side by side would, like, hurt sales, because I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If, like, let's say, like God of War Ragnarok. They're like, hey, it's coming out on PC day one. I'd probably just buy it on my PC.
That's exactly, yeah. Like, I think if it's day and date, I think we have an interesting dilemma there. You know, that I don't think I would personally like to see. At the end of the day, I'm still gonna play the game. You know, so like at that point, really, like, you know, it matters, but it kind of doesn't. But what it could lead to, I think, can affect it negatively. You know what I'm saying? I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, we'll see. There are stronger and more educated people that probably know a lot more than I do. I just would not want to see it day and day, but that's just me, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think even like on a financial aspect, because in the dark reality that it it could very well happen. I doubt it, but if I cannot manage to get my hands on a PS5 by holiday 2021, I just wouldn't be able to buy the game, and I probably would not buy the game for a long time. Like, at that point, why bother? So they lose my sale. Like, this is obviously a sample size of 1, but if you apply that same logic to other people that are struggling to get their hands on a PS5, then that cost compounds. And I know that the PS5s are being sold at a net loss, but if you put some time and dedicate, like Bluepoint, it's like, all right, Bluepoint's on remakes and ports, or Bluepoint is on remakes and ports. Like, okay, every game that comes out goes through Bluepoint to get put on PC or whatever.
Yep.
They get a good number of sales, because there are a lot of people that wish they could have played God of War and couldn't, because they couldn't afford to buy a whole other console just for one game. So they watched God of War, which is free, and they lose those sales entirely. But if you put those games on PC, then you open the avenue to a lot more people enjoying your franchises, and you still get to slap that PlayStation, that PlayStation logo on there. Like, it's like, oh, this was a first-party PlayStation game, like a Sony game. Be thankful.
Yeah, like, ultimately, like, absolutely, fiscally, it makes perfect sense, but we'll see. I think, what's next up on PC, I'm shocked The Last of Us is not on PC yet. I'm shocked that's not there yet. I'm shocked that the Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 is not on there. Uncharted 4, like, I think those are definitely next up, but we'll see. We'll see how it all develops. I'm very interested to see how that all unfolds,
Yeah, no, and for virtual photographers, that's a gold mine.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because
hell
yeah. I would be there, like, if they put Uncharted 4 on PC, like, taking shots.
Factual. Last thing, all I'm asking for, just give us a PS5 patch if we're gonna bring it to PC. That's it. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Just make sure you taking care of us over here on this side. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, on the main side.
Over here on the main side. You know what I'm saying? Time to break Arachnid's heart here. You know what I'm saying? Gonna break a lot of hearts here. Alright? Here's what we got going down. Sony has confirmed that it is reorganizing Japan's studio. This, I know I just giggled right there, but it is honestly very, very sad, because a lot of people are being laid off currently. So obviously that is very, very horrible. But they are splitting up Japan Studio, and essentially it will be no more, kind of. So what it says here from a statement with IGN, it says here, quote, in an effort to further strengthen business operations, SIE can confirm PlayStation Studios Japan Studio will be reorganized into a new organization on April 1st. Japan Studio will be recentered to Team Asobi, the creative team behind Astro's Playroom, allowing the team to focus on a single vision and build on the popularity of Astro's Playroom. So they go on to say that the manufacturer has confirmed that any external production roles will be concentrated within the global functions of PlayStation Studios. In addition to internal projects, Japan Studio is perhaps best known for its collaborations with Bloodborne, which was made with From Software, and Everybody's Golf, that was made in collaboration with Clap Hands. So essentially, the way I'm reading it is that like Japan Studio is kind of no more. It's just going to be focusing on Team Asobi, right, who did Playroom and did the other Astro game, I forgot the name of it, on VR, Astrobot Rescue Mission, and they're going to focus on that IP moving forward. But any other partnerships with From Software, with Bloodborne and all that great stuff, they've also done Knack as well, and Loco Roco remasters and different stuff like that. So they have done a lot of things that have a lot of stock and name within PlayStation, but they're going to focus on Team Asobi and focus on Astro's Playroom and that whole IP. So this doesn't really effectively cancel the notion of a Bloodborne 2, right? I mean, like, ultimately, like From Software is obviously still bumping, and you know, I'm not sure. Actually, you know what? No, I think it might actually kill it technically, because Bloodborne, the IP is owned within Sony, and this kind of news did come off the heels of two producers that were at Japan Studio that did leave or are leaving at the end of this month of February, and they both worked on Bloodborne. So this was kind of like, you know, some blood on the wall as to what would happen to Japan Studio. So essentially, Bloodborne 2 is definitely more of a question now more than ever. Arachnite, how are you feeling? I'm very sorry. But at least on the silver lining, you know, Astro's Playroom is fucking great. So, you know.
Wow, yeah, cool. I get a tech demo.
Damn, bro.
Dude,
you
do
my man Astro like that?
Absolutely, I would punt him for Bloodborne 2. I would punt him like a football.
That? It's like that, man. Come on,
dude,
man.
We have been doing this podcast for over a year now, and you still ask if I wake up and choose violence.
Man, like, bro, I would buy Astro a little ice cream cone. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the homie. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I would like if you gave me an option, like a telltale choice, if you put Astro in front of me as a physical, corporeal being, and you said punt him as hard as you can for Bloodborne 2, I would charge that shit up like a super move.
Man, you about to charge it off like a fucking Final Smash, bro. What the
Yeah,
hell?
no, like it is on site. Like, I don't care who I'm doing it in front of. I'll do it at Disneyland in front of everyone. Like, I would punt him like a football over the Millennium Falcon for Bloodborne 2.
I know I'm very biased because I have not played Bloodborne, right? So I really don't know the full level of pain that this should be giving me. If Bloodborne is indeed a good game, right? From like I know it's regarded as a fantastic game, but from my personal standpoint, I just don't know of a first hand, right? And then here's like another thing too, right? I mean, look, if there is presumably no more Bloodborne, right? Like, do I even really have to play it? You know, like, do you want to subject me to that pain of like not getting a sequel? You know, like, is that what you want from me, Arachnite?
Yes.
These are things to think about, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. If I'm here, you're here.
I thought I was your friend, you know. So now you want me to feel the same absence of pain? Interesting.
Well, though the absence of pain is a good thing, but I love you like a brother, and you are a dear friend to me. But if I'm stuck here, you're stuck here.
Wow.
If I like, it is. How do I phrase it? Half as long, twice as bright. You have this amazing experience that really helps define what you enjoy, and it helps you change your perspective on a certain aspect of life. But alas, as all things end, so must beautiful things. And so that leaves a bitter memory, but also a change. It stings when you think about, but you also smile at the end of it, which we've all gone through, and that's something that we have to experience. Like with like we've had it happen. Daredevil is the best example of that for me at the moment. Like, you want more, but you have to walk out. You have to leave making them want more. And that's just how things roll sometimes. Like, we have it with Bloodborne, probably. We had them with the Infamous games.
R.I.P.
Rip, pretty much. We, What other games have ended? Like, a series has pretty much ended.
I mean, like, technically Uncharted, but to be determined / probably not. But, you know, technically.
Well, yeah, but Uncharted, you could say that's an end. Like, Lost Legacy was like, oh, this is where, you know, the whole universe doesn't revolve around Nate. There are still people adventuring and doing Nate-esque things.
Okay, I see.
But
yeah,
you could say so, like, that was an ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
I see what you're saying. I see.
But I can't think of another example about where it's like you want more, everybody wants more, and then it just never comes.
Kind of like Half-Life 3.
Well, yeah, we had Alex.
True. Also, man, look, I mean, at some point I did tweet it, unfortunately. So, you know, I will be playing Bloodborne at some point. I'm not that enthused, but, you know, we'll see. Oh, man. But shout out to Team Asobi. You know, they killed it with Astro's Playroom. So, at least I'm excited to see that, because I really want to see Astro be, like, the main mascot for PlayStation. But we'll see how that unfolds. Thoughts, of course, to those affected from losing their jobs from this whole thing. This is tragic. You hate to see it. Next up here, in the last news story, before we review State of Play here, is that we do have a Bloomberg article that did come out a few nights ago that did say some interesting things about the SSD expansion for the PS5. So the publication says that it will be coming in the summer of 2021. But the reason why there was a holdup was because of some potential overheating issues. So so this is from Push Square. Links below to all of our stories down below in the description. Quote, the publication continues that a new firmware update will also allow you to control the cooling fan speeds of your system to prevent overheating. While this does sound alarming, it's worth remembering that Sony announced prior to launch that it would be able to optimize the console's fan speeds with post-release updates, and that seems to be what Bloomberg is referring to. So ultimately, the reason why they have kept the SSD expansion disabled is because there is a concern that if it were to be enabled and used, there could be a potential overheating issue within the PS5. So that's the holdup. That will be hopefully alleviated in the summer of 2021. So right now, I've been managing. I've been okay. I've been just deleting games here and there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like, there's not really a ton to play right now, to be completely honest, on PS5. So I've been doing okay, juggling with my SSD and all that. But yeah, it is interesting that it could be because of a cooling issue with the SSD expansion. So we'll see how that all pans out in the summer. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's that. I'm still debating on like how much space I'm gonna get. You know, I kind of want to just splurge and just get a 2 terabyte and just call it a day. You know, but then again, it's like, do I? We'll see. But
We'll see.
Wait, yeah, so that is. Oh, what's up? Go ahead.
I was gonna mention. Did you read the Call of Duty news? Like, where it's like, Jesus. It's like this might not fit on a 500 gigabyte SSD. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
That gave me the biggest fucking headache in my entire life, bro. They literally had to tweet and put out that, hey, if you own Modern Warfare, Warzone, and Cold War, you cannot fit all those games on a base PS4 at 500 gigabytes, which is the most common fucking PS4 out there. Like, that, I call that simply Arachnite of them. They need to figure that the fuck out.
Like, no,
Stop.
it is. What the fuck they doing over there? Like,
optimize the game. I don't know what. Like, this is fucking absurd.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely unacceptable that 2 games. It's not even Modern Warfare. It's just, I think it's reaching a point where it's just like Cold War and Warzone.
It's like, absurd, man.
That
it's absurd.
It can't fit. You people, like you Neanderthals can't compress those files like one time. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, it's it's absolutely unacceptable. Like, you release this garbage baby ass game and you can't even compress it. Like, it's like, okay, if Call of Duty were not the name it was. Actually, even with Call of Duty being the name, fuck you. Like, no.
I was like, wait, where is he going with this? I'm very curious.
No,
I
it's just
love where it ended.
Like, it's unacceptable. It is like, you are a $1 billion company that it's like, oh man, big baby can't compress his files. Like, I shouldn't have to get out of like, it shouldn't take 200 gigabytes for the same game with a new coat of paint every goddamn year.
They can't put an anti-cheat in the game.
No, yeah.
They can't optimize it. You know, they be looking kind of spooky out there.
Yeah,
honestly, like they be looking kind of spooky.
They can't put an anti-cheat. Like, they just shoot wildly. And this is me being bitter. Like, there is a little bias here, and I don't care. Like, they banned my account. They banned my account. That. Like, oh, he did well for a week. Let's get rid of him. Like,
unban Arachnite.
Yeah, like I didn't do shit. I'm hardware banned. Like,
I'm hardware banned.
Like, I don't think I can play Modern Warfare ever again unless I get new parts.
Completely absurd.
Yeah, no, and it's okay. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you can't compress your game. You can't add an anti-cheat. Like, the microtransactions are $20. Like, there's a season pass every 15 minutes. Like, it is unacceptable. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, what are you doing over there?
I love the quote, "What is wrong with you?"
It's absurd because when you make games, to the extent of my understanding, you need to cater to the lowest common denominator and work your way up. Like, when you make a game, you need to build around base PS4 or base whatever, and then you work your way up. If you're playing on a PS4 Pro, you get a higher frame rate. You're playing on a PS5, higher resolution and a higher frame rate. But you don't. It's like, oh, most people have a base 500 gigabyte drive. We're gonna make one game, one baby ass game, 500 gigs. Like, I better be playing the art equivalent of the Mona Lisa if you're gonna make it 500 gigabytes. But no, it's just a monkey with a gun and you just shoot. It should not be 300 gigabytes to drop from an airplane and shoot other people.
Man.
It is unacceptable. And fuck you.
Listen, it was not on the show notes, but I think our podcast got better with that rant.
And unban me.
It's a better product, but let's go on to the question of the week, of course. The main topic at hand here. How did PlayStation do on the first state of play for PS5? We're going to go through everything that they announced, not in too much detail. Okay, we're just going to do the quick, what they announced, just the raw news, the main meat and all that. We may go off a little bit on FF7, I'm not going to lie. So that one, we might go off a little bit longer. At the end of it, we're going to rate the overall state of play. Okay, this is the state of play in review, perhaps. The review of the state of play. Okay, they started off the show. Wait, first off, did you watch it?
I did.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. All right. Starting off here. Oh, by the way, if you want to watch our reactions, it's on the channel. Go ahead and have fun. First up here, they started off with Crash Bandicoot 4 PS5 update. These are things that we already knew. Native 4K 60 FPS, adaptive triggers, 3D audio, fast load times. The quote, "feel the suck" was in there, which I appreciated a lot. I don't know how that made it through, but it did. There's activity card compatibility for the PS5. Your saves transfer, free PS4 to PS5 upgrade as well, so that's really cool. And it's coming out March 12th in about 2 weeks' time. So I thought ultimately a pretty lukewarm way to start, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Which Crash 4 is a good game. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Start off with that. Nothing really there to really write home about personally. Then we got Returnal. I'm very excited for this game. Got a good look at gameplay with the HUD finally. So we have seen little bits and pieces of gameplay, but not really extensive HUD visibility on those. We got a full look at the HUD. Really looking cool. I think this was a pretty good showing in my opinion. I actually liked it a lot. They did reiterate that there are going to be permanent upgrades within Returnal, but it is still a roguelike with an overarching narrative. And I thought it looked cool. Coming out April 30th. So you got any thoughts on Returnal, Arachne? I know I'm going to be doing a lot of coverage on this game, and I still have some things planned for this game as well in terms of coverage and all that. But got any thoughts about Returnal?
I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. So I'm looking forward to it. If I can manage to play it, if I can manage to get my hands on a PS5.
Indeed. I have a good feeling about March, man. I feel like March. I think we're gonna get some things cooking. I think
is March my month?
I hope so, man. I hope so. Listen, with your okay and consent, if I see a link and I add it to my cart, I'm probably just gonna buy it for you.
I'll send you the money.
Perfect.
I'll send you the money.
Yeah. At this rate, if I can buy one, I'm just gonna buy one for you, and then we'll handle that later.
Yeah, no, I will hands down send you every cent that you paid plus a commission. Because I can't do it. I can't
Yeah, nah.
I don't know.
There's no commission needed, but I guess a quick side thing before we get to the next game. Do you no longer have a preference, to be clear, or do you want a disc version? Is that really something that you want, or do you not care either way?
If it's kind of like those things, if possible, just the digital, but if push comes to shove, then there is no preference. Fundamentally, it's the same console. It just one comes with a disc drive and one doesn't. It's 1 and 2. My first choice would be pure digital. Second choice would be that. But there are no issues regardless.
I say, dude, I like the digital PS5 a lot. I really like it. I'm a big fan of it. It's very quiet. I fucking love it. But next up here, Knockout City. This was first revealed at the Nintendo Direct last week. It's a 3v3 competitive dodgeball game. Even though there are other modes that I thought looked pretty cool. Like there's a 1v1 face-off mode I thought could be really interesting and fun with like a friend or whatever. And they did show a different level of depth that they did not show at the direct, where you can do things like fake a throw to throw off the other person. Because I guess there's something where like you can catch an incoming dodgeball if you I guess pull off that mechanic right and that timing right, but you can fuck with people and fake throw it. You can curve a ball around the corner and all that. It takes some technique or whatever. So there's some depth that I thought looked pretty cool. May 21st is the release of the game. However, there is a cross-play beta that I did sign up for. So I will let y'all know how this game is. And I implore Arachnite possibly to do it as well. Maybe. We'll see. You know, it is what it is. But ultimately, at first, knee-jerk reaction while I was watching it, a little like, why is this here? I really didn't think it need to be here. But I think looking back on it again, there were some cool stuff that they showed with this game, even though I don't think that this game is going to have super long legs. So, got any thoughts on Knockout City, Arachnite? Knockout City, excuse me.
Nothing particularly.
Yeah.
I'm reading a.
I understand.
I'm reading one of them down here, in the doc. I just.
Yeah, but that one I don't want to even fucking. God damn it! But
also this one.
Yeah. Oh my fuck. That one. Oh, I can't fucking wait to get to that one. But listen, I think that you liked this game. I haven't asked you, but I feel like you would love this game. Sifu. Do you recall this game?
Vaguely.
It's a dope trailer. It's that like fighting like martial arts kung fu game. I have the okay. So let me.
This looks like this like I'm looking at it again. Yeah, this definitely looks like my kind of game.
This looks like some heat. Like this is Daredevil hallway fight scene season 1, but the game. Okay, like it looked dope as fuck. It's out in 2021 this year, coming to PS4 and PS5. It was developed by the developers behind Absolver, which was another like martial arts fighting game back in 2017. I want to read the press release really quick, or I mean, if you want to, Arachnite, you can. I feel like I'm talking too much. If you want, you can.
No, you're all good.
Yeah.
So
do you want?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
So, Sifu's main conceit is that it'll age you a little every single time you die. But with each death comes a unique twist. You get more skilled. Experience comes with age, as they say, featuring the gripping intensity of classic kung fu films with realistic and raw combat. Sifu tells the story of a young kung fu student who has spent their life training for a day of reckoning after the brutal murder of their entire family by a mysterious assassination squad, reads the press release. Hunt down the murderers one by one as you explore gang-ridden suburbs, hidden corners deep within the city, and all the way to the cold hallways of corporate towers. Adaptation and careful positioning are the key to your survival, and you must use everything at your disposal to succeed in your life's mission. I already know a challenge I want to try.
Dude, that premise sounds... You're gonna try a no death challenge.
I'm gonna do like I'm gonna try and do a can he do it on his first run?
Dude, this game's premise sounds fucking dope, dude. This was some heat right here. I was like, okay, like, you know what? Crash 4, cool. I liked it. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, that wasn't that high. Returnal, I'm looking for. I know it doesn't really light the world on fire quite yet. Knockout City, you showed okay, but whatever, right? This one was like, alright. Sifu was some fire. That was some heat. I'm definitely looking for that game for sure. Yeah, very, very excited for that. Next up here, of course, Solar Ash. This was announced back in the initial PS5 showcase. As a lot of games were here that we're going to talk about. Actually, the next few ones were all games that debuted at that showcase. Developed by Heart Machine, published by Annapurna Interactive. This is the developers behind Hyper Light Drifter. Essentially, it's very similar to like the Pathless and Haven, which I'm playing right now, where the traversal is like very, very, very fast-paced traversal, vibrant colors, and then open world and all that. Reminded me of Sayonara Wild Hearts as well. The combat looked like a super fast-paced combat that was really, really cool. That kept up the speed of the game as well, from what I saw. Coming out on PS5 and PS4 in 2021. Did this do anything for you? Not sure if you're into these type of games. Like, what are your thoughts, Arachnite? Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know enough to make a judgment call, but let's I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on it.
Okay.
See what I can, like, what's going on. See what maybe I'll check it out. Like I love fast movement, so it looks fun. Like it looks like something that I would enjoy playing. The question is for how long.
Very, very good point. Very, very good point. Yeah. I thought this was a really, really good showing for it. It looked cool. Like it definitely, I feel like, turned heads this time around for sure. So we'll see how that game all unfolds as well. This next game can fuck off.
Oddworld, moving on. Oh no! I forgot. I completely
This game
forgot.
can fuck off. This game can fuck off so hard. Arachnite forgot about it. Five Nights at Freddy's, Security Breach. I don't even fucking care. I don't care. 2021. I don't. Who the fuck buys these games? I don't get it.
Matt Pat.
I don't get it, man. It just bothers me. Like, so this was the first one that I'm like, it did not need to be here. This is a waste of time.
Like, why is this here?
I don't know, man.
Like, did you need a SWAT?
I don't know. Like, I know ultimately what all of these are. They're like third and second party obligations, right?
Yeah.
So like I get why they're there, like, business wise, but I could give less of a fuck about Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Next up here, very, very similar tone. Oddworld Soulstorm.
Again, I sleep with this game.
Again, I did write it on the doc. It's true. But I will give it a teensy weensy salt pinch of credit. I thought this was a good showing for the game ultimately. I thought they had a lot of gameplay in what they showed that really made it look somewhat interesting. You know what I'm saying? They confirmed haptic feedback and all that great stuff, whatever. You can scavenge and loot to craft items or whatever, all that great stuff, whatever. It's coming out April 6th, PS4. However, Arachnite, this one kind of hurt. I'm not going to lie. For PS5, PS Plus in April, we will be getting none other than Oddworld Soulstorm for the free game for April.
That hurts you? Yeah,
so
you lose a slot for something else.
Yeah. Like, cool, I'll add it to the library, whatever, but like...
I won't. It's not worth my time.
Yeah, this is, yeah, so,
Oddworld,
this is, yeah.
I don't know, like, I know it's like the like every game and has its own art style, but you can't blame it for. It's just so ugly.
It looks boring and ugly. Dude, I'm with you, man. It just doesn't look... I mean, at least I thought the gameplay looked a little bit okay. Just me personally.
It hit none of the boxes for me. Like,
which I understand. I understand.
I don't know. Like, it looks like if you put a gun to my head and you said play this game, like, it's like I'm gonna be bored the entire time, even with a gun to my head.
I hear you, bro. I feel you, dog. But this next one, though, got me hyped as fuck. Let's fucking go. Kana, Bridge of Spirits. Arachnite, this game looks incredible, man. I really cannot wait for this game. Ember Lab out here doing their thing. It looks like a very, like, whimsical... So it is a action adventure game, right? You have these rots that are assisting you in some environmental puzzles and different traversal elements and all that. The way, like, it looked very vibrant, colorful, and, like, whimsical while also having a very dark tone to it in some cases reminded me a lot of Ori. On top of the music as well, like, with all those, like, whimsical and dark vibes, vibrant colors, and the soundtrack, it all very much felt like Ori to me, which I am down for. Like, this shit looks beautiful. It's coming to PS4 and PS5. We did get a release date for this game, August 24th, 2021. I think this is a really, really good date for this game. Let's let it come out right after the summer, but before the November, fall hits start coming out. I cannot wait for this game, bro. This game is going to be great. It was announced as well. I forgot to put it in the doc, but it is going to be a $40 game, which I think is definitely cool. You know what I'm saying? Down for that. I'm always down for a bit of a smaller experience for a smaller price tag. I'm down for that. I'm very excited to play this game. Very, very excited. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm excited to play it too. Like, especially like your excitement and passion for this game, like throughout the last few months, has been contagious. Even in the doc, it's just "let's fucking go" is the first few words.
Dude, it looked great, man. I'm very, very hyped for this game, dog. I'm very, very excited.
Like, I'm definitely gonna check it out. Like, so definitely. It'll be fun. Like, it's on PS4, so worst case scenario, like, I'll still be able to play it.
Nah, man, we're gonna get you a PS5 by the summer, bro. Don't even worry, bro. We have a very critical timetable for this one for sure. But before we get to the critical timetable, Deathloop. I feel like you may be more affluent to talk about this game because you've played a lot of arcane games. You've played Dishonored. How is this showing looking for you? Because me personally, just a long story short, I was sold on this game when I saw this showing.
Yeah, like from Deathloop, I was excited earlier, and like it was something where it's like, yeah, I'll definitely check it out. But the showing really got me like into it. It's definitely got that arcane feel to it, like even just visually. Arcane's got like their gameplay and how just the graphics look, their art style is very present. It's center stage. It has that freedom of mobility that I really liked, and it looks like you could fuck things up. Like you could string together a lot of interesting and cool ways to get around and play the game. So I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'm definitely gonna buy it, and it's on Steam. So I'll be big chillin', 4K 144 hertz.
Hell yeah.
Like I'm definitely excited. I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I probably will. Like I pre-ordered like 3 games back to back, so it's like my wallet do be kind of hurting right now. Like it was Persona 5 Strikers, it was Resident Evil Village, and it was the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, like back to back.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm gonna call this, I think, my first foray into arcane games.
I really think you would like the Dishonored games. I think you would have a lot
of fun. That's what you say. Yeah, I know. Like, yeah. I mean, maybe I get the itch and I end up playing Dishonored before this, but I just think like this definitely sold me. Like, I'm definitely gonna check it out. Definitely gonna play it for sure. Even though it's coming out in a very, very packed month in May. With Mass Effect coming out there as well. Returnal is very, very shortly before Deathloop and stuff like that. So it is gonna be pretty packed. But I want to make room for this game. It looks really, really cool. Definitely sold me. Definitely a great showing. Good job. Okay, let's get serious, Arachnite. Let's get for real. Let's get a little hype right now. I'm gonna move the mic. Oh man. Okay, so this state of play happened, ladies and gentlemen, on my birthday, right? And I'm a man that honestly I don't want too many things in life. I'm a very simple gentleman. Okay, I don't need too much. You know what I'm saying? Like for a light example, right? When I would have a significant other, right? I literally, quite honestly, do not care where we go or where we eat. I just want to spend time with you. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a very simple gentleman, okay? All I wanted, Arachnite, for my birthday, okay, is FF7 Remake, PS5, 60 frames. That's it. You don't have to do anything else, okay? But boy, we got all that shit. We got a buffet, bro. I asked for a crumb and I got a fucking loaf of bread. Okay. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Intergrade, PS5 version. I'm grinning into ear even saying these words. Okay, let's run down what we got. It's not on the doc, but I'm just using my notes from the video that I posted this week. If you want to check out that video to get just my full overall impressions, definitely go and check out that video. But ultimately, it's releasing on June 10th, 2021, which is a day before Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Quite interesting timing, but we're gonna figure it out. Free upgrade to PS5 if you already own the PS4 version. Once again, if you get it on Plus, you will not get that upgrade. Questionable thing. Hopefully they iron that out as well. We will let you know in the future if they do iron that whole thing out. What do we got here? Of course, so like buying Intergrade, if you've never owned FF7 Remake, when it comes out, will get you the Yuffie episode automatically. However, if you're upgrading from PS4 to PS5, you will be able to buy the Yuffie episode separately by itself. The game will be utilizing DualSense support, haptic feedback. Saves will transfer from PS4 to PS5. You'll love to see that. There's updated PS5 graphics, updated textures, fog effects, lighting looks great, all the great stuff. There will be 2 modes to play this game on. There will be a graphics mode that prioritizes 4K HDR resolution, and a performance mode as well for that 60 FPS. Your boy wanted that very nicely, so we got that there as well. Loading times drastically cut. I guess in the original game, to play classic mode where you're just doing the commands and the game automatically does like the live action combat for you. You could only play that in easy mode. Now you will be able to play it in normal difficulty when the integrated version comes out. So that's pretty cool right there. Arachnite, I know you was getting hyped for this, baby. Photo mode is in this version of the game. Camera position, filters, angles, exposure, all the good stuff. So definitely Arachnite's gonna pop off on this. Cannot wait to see what he does with the photo mode as well. The last thing here we gotta touch on about this game is the Yuffie episode. Yes, Yuffie, of course, the optional character party member that you can get in FF7 original is coming to the remake. She's showing up earlier because, as you know, Arachnite, you find Yuffie when you leave Midgar. Yeah. So pretty interesting that she's going to be slapped in the middle of the remake timeline. So I'm down for it. You know, she's still a materia hunter. She is teaming up with Avalanche HQ to sneak into Shinra to get some ultimate materias and different stuff like that. So very much fitting for what she's doing there. She's playable. And this new character named Sonnen, who works at Avalanche HQ, as far as we're aware, is also playable as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't fucking wait, dude. I cannot fucking wait. What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts?
I cannot wait. Like, I know Jesus that Christ. Owen and you were like hyped in the Discord. I was busy at the time of the reveal, but I was hyped alongside you guys. Like, I cannot wait to go through it again. It's gonna be a blast. And like the year like exclusive deal is like ending. So like maybe we'll get a PC port. I don't know. I'd buy it again. You're like, oh, Final Fantasy. Like, I have FF7R on PC. I'd buy that right now. If I have to buy it on PS5, I'd do it there. Like, it is my favorite game by a considerable margin of last year. Like, number 2 was definitely Ghost. But the jump from 1 to 2, or 2 to 1, is very, very high. Like, I don't know. It was just the like, I didn't expect to love it as much. I bought it offhand because we talked about it on the podcast a few times. And you mentioned that you were buying it. I was like, yeah, why not? Like, I need something to talk about. Like, because I knew that we were going to talk about it. So I was like, I might as well. and it ended up being one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, I tweeted something about this like on Twitter when this whole thing got announced. Like, Final Fantasy VII unlocks a like very childlike wonder when I hear it, when I see it, when I think about it. Like it's something that I don't feel like as an adult, you know? I fucking love this game, man. So I cannot wait to go back to it in 60 frames, man. With this Yuffie episode, like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, are we gonna get Vincent Valentine, bro? Like, where's that homie? Oh my god, dude. I cannot fucking wait. Yeah, I really, really, really can't wait. You know, I need this today. Dude, I need it today. You know, on top of that, not on the dock, but of course, it kept going. It wasn't just Intergrade. Really, really quickly, there's 2 mobile games that got announced. One of them is Ever Crisis, where it's taking the entirety of the FF7 compilation games and FF7 itself and remaking it in this beautiful looking engine. It's gonna compile Advent Children, which they are making into a game form of Ragnar. Like, what the fuck? We're gonna be able to play Advent Children. Before Crisis was a mobile game from back in the day. Crisis Core, which is of course on PSP, never been re-released ever, so that's really cool right there. Dirge of Cerberus as well is included in this, which again, never been remade, never been republished, whatever. And then of course the original core Final Fantasy VII. So the entire timeline is going to be played on mobile with Ever Crisis. It's fucking like insane. I cannot wait. Then they also announced the First Soldier, FF7 The First Soldier, where this is essentially a battle royale, which looks interesting. I'm definitely gonna play it. I definitely am gonna try it out, but it's something that I never thought they would do. But you're playing as a soldier within the soldier organization, and it's like a battle royale thing. It takes place like 30 years before the events of FF7, and it's pretty interesting right there as well. And then on top of that, same day, we got the FF7 Remake soundtrack on streaming services, and yeah, it was very, very overwhelming for me to get that much FF7 news on my birthday. Like, it was an experience, you know, and I'm hype as fuck, bro.
We eating
hype
good.
As fuck. We're eating so good, man. Eating so good. So yeah, clearly, obviously, the FF7 Remake integrated version did give this state of play a definite oomph, like a definite like fuck, you know what I'm saying? From me personally, but overall, right? How would you rate this state of play?
Low B, high C.
Yeah, I'm in a very, very similar page as well. Yeah, like, I don't think it was complete ass. I don't think it was insanely good, despite FF7. I'd put it literally right where you're at, like C plus B minus territory, honestly. You know? Yeah. I think that, honestly, Crash 4 probably did not need to be there. Knockout City, even though I did think it showed well, did not need to be here. Five Nights at Freddy's, get that shit the fuck out of here. Overall, Oddworld Soulstorm, I don't think should have been here either. It could have been just a blog post, to be honest. But I think other than those 4 games, I think everything else was a really, really good showing. Like, Returnal was really good to see. Sifu was an incredible debut. That looked really, really cool. Solar Ash, I thought looked pretty interesting as well. Kano had a great showing. Deathloop had a great showing. And, of course, FF7. So, ultimately, you know, we're, like, nearing half of the announcements that I felt that didn't, you know, didn't really do that great. So 40% of it was like whatever, but the 60% I say was pretty good. So overall, I would give it a C. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and honestly, like looking back at the blog, because I know someone commented and told me this that they never brought up the notion of showing first party stuff, but I want to read what they said. I want to read first off, like just make sure, because someone told me that. I'm like, huh, like I guess they didn't say first party. Why can I not find it? Fuck. God damn it. Yeah, I mean, like ultimately, yeah. I can't find it right now, but whether they said, I guess they didn't explicitly say they were showing first party at all, but they never said that they weren't gonna show a first party. So I guess that was I guess that's a little like critique I would give them. It's like, hey, not that you guys didn't say you were bringing first party and didn't have first party. I would have just mentioned, hey, just to set a little bit of a better expectation, They said that we're not getting any hardware news or business news, but I would have also included, hey, there's no first party in here. This is just a third party indie showcase state of play type deal, which I think would have been better overall for gauging hype levels, But ultimately, that was a pretty good state of play. That was pretty good.
It was solid.
Yeah. So we're gonna give it a C plus or B minus. What are you feeling?
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm right there with you.
Okay, we'll put a C plus / B minus because we just can't decide. Oh man, good job, State of Play, good job. You fucking killed that. You fucking killed that FF7 remake in your grade.
You could have just had it be FF7, and then that was it. All right, we're going home. Good night.
I would have fucking died. I would have cried so hard still. But yeah, that was pretty much it. That pretty much wraps up episode 6 State of Play review and everything. Arachnite, any parting words, and where can people find you? Any last things you want to get off your chest?
All right. Last thoughts. There was a new ad that I just saw that said that Horizon Forbidden West is anticipated to be the second half of 2021. Also available on PS4. It said, I'll send you the tweet because it's from a new commercial.
Wait, excuse me?
It was from a new PlayStation commercial. It says that Forbidden West is anticipated to be the second half of 2021. Also available on PS4. I sent you the
Yeah. We knew that Forbidden West is coming to PS4. Today is the second half of 2021. Yeah, like you see, they're like still being shaky with that language. So
like it's
fuck.
Like we'll see what happens. But closing thoughts. I'm excited for all the new games to come out. 1, 2. Please, I want a PS5. It's like I will hunt one down to the ends of the earth. For all those people that are mad about games coming out on the PC or whatever, sell on your consoles, I'll take it. It's cool. We good. I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah, no. But last closing thought. Activision, compress your games. What the fuck?
Compress your video games.
Like, compress your files. Like, get your shit together. Modern Warfare was the only good Call of Duty game in the last, 7 years. It didn't change with Cold War. But you can find me on Twitter at Orly_Macias, where I post screenshots of games that I'm playing and talk about, all video games, comic books, all that good stuff. I am on the Discord under the same name of the Arachnite, and check out the link to the Discord in the description. Make sure to join. We chillin', we talk about games, all that good stuff.
Very good, very good. Of course, this has been Saves Out Podcast, the weekly news show about any and all things PS5, PlayStation games, and PlayStation itself. Of course, catch the show here on youtube.com/PlayStation Source, as well as podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, via our anchor link down below in the description. Please give us a fucking review.
Bully
Insult
us.
me. Bully me. Literally bully me. I don't care. If you don't want to do that, you can still. No, please do it, but like the video as well, and get us to help us get seen by more viewers, so we can grow the PSS family. Like and dislike down below, and connect with us further on Twitter or Discord, like I said, down below in that description as well. Join button if you're feeling generous, become a King member or a Prince tier member, and definitely stick around for those streams. Metal Gear Solid 2 has been quite interesting, definitely been enjoying that, and we're gonna get into Ratchet and Clank into the Nexus next week as well. So yeah, that's been episode 6. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys next week. And yeah, thank you all for watching. And as always, greatness awaits.